Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we'll be doing 3 different looks with the new Kaleidos Flower Punk palette. I did a video reviewing this palette a few days ago and a lot of you guys said that you were interested in seeing more looks with this beautiful palette, so that is what this video is. I definitely really loved playing with this palette because it doesn't have a lot of nude neutral shades. It pushed me out of my comfort zone and I was able to combine colors that I never thought of combining before. So you guys are in for a very colorful yet wearable experience, and I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on the looks that I created. Please make sure you let me know 1 through 3 which look was your favorite one. I always love reading what you guys like so that I can create more looks like that in the future. So definitely leave me a comment on which look you like the most. As always, if you guys like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you leave. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Patty and I love to play in eyeshadows. So please subscribe before you leave. Now we have 3 looks to get into, so let's go ahead and get started. I applied a little bit of my Rare Beauty eyelid primer and I'm blending it out with a concealer brush, and I'm going to use this as my eyeshadow primer. Of course, I love how it kind of makes my eye a blank canvas because it has a little bit of color to it. To begin the first look, I'm going to use the color Chlorophyll, and that's going to be my transition type shade. So with my REPHR number 27 brush, I'm kind of stamping and swiping that shade across the crease to build it up and blend it at the same time. A little bit more, and again I'm stamping and blending all at the same time. Now that I have the desired intensity, I'm going to start back and forth swiping a little more just to really blend out that shade into the color of my skin. And I'm going in a little bit further in. I feel like when I was stamping and building, I went 3/4 of the way in, and now I am going all the way to the inner part of the eye. And you can see we have a really beautiful wash of color right away. Next, with my REPHR number 1 brush, I'm going to take the color Golden Age and I'm going to deepen up the crease of the eye with it a little more. This one has a little bit more of a mustardy color to it, and I'm just intensifying things with it ever so slightly, and I'm just kind of back and forth swiping on the outer half of my crease with my REPHR number 1 brush. A bit more of that shade on the outer V of the eye, and I'm intensifying the outer V a little bit more with the color Earthship in the same REPHR number 1 brush. I'm stamping it right on the outer V, and then with the tip of my brush, I'm going to start to blend it into the rest of the shades. Back with my REPHR number 27, I'm just making sure everything is nicely diffused all over. I didn't add anything to this brush, I'm just going back and making sure everything looks nice and blended. Okay, I grabbed the color Sun Gazer with the tip of my finger, and this color is beautiful, okay? And this is going to be the color on the eyelid, and I'm just going to apply it with the tip of my finger. Tap, tap, tap it all the way to the inner corner. Ooh, yeah, that looks so good. That is such a foiled metallic shade, I love it. With my REPHR number 28, I grabbed the color Aloe Cove, and I'm going to put it right here on the inner part, just a little bit to brighten things up in the inner corner, and mix it in over that Sun Gazer shade. Okay, I'm back with a little bit of makeup on, and this is looking so nice. I'm going to go ahead and finish it up with the color Earthship on my REPHR number 3 brush. I'm going to do halfway in, right underneath my eye, and connect it at the end. And then I have the color Chlorophyll right here on my REPHR brush, and I'm going to blend it all the way in underneath my eyes to smoke out the other shade, just back and forth with my REPHR number 13 brush. On my waterline, I'm putting Noir Enigmatique from Chanel, which is the color 944 on their eyeliners. And then a little bit more Aloe Cove, and we are going to do the inner corner, mix it in underneath a little bit, and mix it a little bit more with the top of the eye. Okay, this is how things are looking before mascara and lashes. Absolutely love this look, so unexpected but beautiful. I'm going to put on some mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back to show you guys the final first look. Okay, I'm back, and this is the final first look with this palette. I absolutely love the way this came out. That green shimmer shade that this palette has is spectacularly beautiful, very pigmented, very foiled, very shiny. Anyways, really loved this first look, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Let's get started with the second look, and I think I'm going to try something a little crazy, but let's go for it and see if it works. I'm first doing the color Chlorophyll on the crease of my eye to blend things out, and I'm using my REPHR number 27 brush just back and forth windshield wiper motions with that shade. I switched to my REPHR number 1 brush and the color Novo, and I am pressing it on the outer corner of the eye. Press, 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 and I'm going to start building it into that crease shade. And this is where I don't know if things are going to work out or not, because these shades are just so different, but I have an idea and I'm going to try to go with it. So I'm doing little circles around any edges with very light pressure just to blend things out. And I'm mainly concentrating on the outer half of my eye. Back with the number 27 and a little bit more chlorophyll, and I'm going to run it through any edges to fully make sure that these colors are blended into one another. I'm grabbing the color Sun Gazer once again, and I'm going to put it right here on the eyelid and blend it forward ever so slightly. And I'm leaving a little bit of space right here on the inner part of the eyelid. A little bit more Novo, and I'm going to just add a little bit extra depth to my outer corner and slightly blend it into that shimmer green shade. Now with my REPHR number 28 and the color Stained Glass, I'm going to do the inner part of the eyelid that I had left blank. So I'm going to use that color on the inner third of my eyelid, inner corner, and blend it into the green a little bit. I like this, but I'm not in love with it, so I'm going to see if this color in between the two works well, and I feel like it will. And this is how I sometimes try and determine if it's going to happen or not, by putting the color in between the two. I think this time it'll work out, so let's try it. Right here in the middle of the two shades. Okay, so this is what things are looking like so far. I like it. Let me go ahead and put on some makeup around, and I'll come back to finish the look. I'm back, and with my REPHR number 3 brush, I'm going to use the color Novo, and I'm going to dust it right underneath my lower lash line, like halfway in. And again, make sure to connect it right here at the end. And then I'm going to use the color Peach Soju on my REPHR number 13. And I'm going to smoke that out underneath my eyes. So all the way in, and make sure to blend down at the end. With my number 28 brush and the color Stained Glass, I'm going to finish the inner corner, just intensify it a little more, and connect it right here underneath the eye. And then I'm grabbing a little bit of Aloe Cove on my REPHR number 3 brush, and I'm going to put it right here between the shimmer and the matte. I'm going to also just add a little bit more intensity on the top with that little brush. And in my waterline, I'm going to use the color Cuting from Fenty, which is a very light pinky shade. Okay, so this is the second look before mascara or lashes. Let me go ahead and do mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back with the final look. This right here is the third and final look. I love to get out of my comfort zone and for things to still come out really nice. So yes, I really loved the way that this one came out, and it was a very interesting combination of colors, I think, but totally worth it. I wanted to get out of my comfort zone and do something that combined the pinky burgundy side of the palette with the greens, and I think I was able to achieve that, so I'm happy. Let's go ahead and move on to the third and final look. Okay, let's go ahead and start the third and last look. I have the color Peach Soju on my REPHR number 27 brush, and I am going to put that color all over the crease of my eye. So I'm going in back and forth windshield wiper motions and creating little circles while I do that pattern, and I feel like that's the fastest way for me to blend out my crease. I'm adding a little bit more of that shade to the outer corner of the eye and all the way into the inner corner, of course. Alright, so now that I have a nice wash of color on the crease of my eye, I'm grabbing my REPHR number 1 in the color Novo, and I'm going to tap it into the outer corner of the eye. So I'm tapping and building that shade right there in place. And after I placed it, I'm going to start doing little circles around the edges to blend it into my crease color, with a very soft pressure so that my bristles do the blending for me. Just like that. Same brush, same color, and we're going to do the same thing on the inner third of the eyelid and do little circles so that it blends into the crease here as well. And I'm going to intensify the outer corner with a little bit more of that same color, just tapping it in place now that it's blended out. I'm grabbing the color Aloe Cove with the tip of my finger, and I'm going to put it right in the center of the eyelid, just patting it in place and going a little bit over the purple on both sides so that we can then blend it. And now with the REPHR number 1, again, nothing added to it. I'm just going to touch the edges of the color so that it blends into the purple. And I'm going to add a little bit of the color Stained Glass with that same finger right in the center of the eyelid, just to lighten things up a little bit, and it gives it a bit of a different shift to the eye look. Underneath my eye, I'm going to use the color Novo, and I'm going to put it on the outer third and inner third of the under eye area. With my same number 13 brush in the color Peach Soju, I'm going to go ahead and smoke out my under eye, just back and forth all the way out. With my REPHR number 3 brush and a little bit of the color Aloe Cove, I'm going to tap this color right in the center of the under eye so that it matches with the top of the eye. And I mix the two shimmer shades I've been using, and I'm going to use them mixed together in the inner corner of the eye. So these are Aloe Cove and Stained Glass. And you can either layer them in place or just mix them with your brush by going back and forth between the two shades. So this right here is look number 3 before mascara and lashes. I'm going to do some mascara and lashes, and I'm going to be right back to show you the final look. I'm back. I went ahead and put on some mascara and lashes. I also put my Pillow Talk eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury in my waterline, and this is the third and final look with this Flower Punk palette by Kaleidos. This was definitely a really fun look to do. I love the teal with the pink and the burgundy combined. It looks really nice. So yeah, this is look number 3. I really hope that you guys enjoyed all 3 of these. Okay, I'm back after filming all 3 looks, and I honestly cannot pick a favorite. I think because I love halo eyes, I'm definitely very inclined to love the third look. However, the first look was unexpectedly beautiful. I didn't expect to like those shades as much as I did combined all together. And then the second look was like a little random because I didn't know what I was doing, but it turned out really good as well. And it was a little bit more fun and colorful, so I also really love that one. If I had to pick one, just because I love this teal shimmer shade, I think this would be it right here. But I also really love the look where I first reviewed this palette. So if you haven't checked out the review, definitely go check it out and check out the look that I did over there, because that one was also really nice. Anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below, 1 through 3, which look was your favorite one. I always like to see what you guys like. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe before you leave. I would love to have you here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!